Recording in.
Hi, hello, welcome to the Consularship report brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate a channeled reading. I was called to the table, so it may or may not be an alert. Just so we know, if it's an alert, it won't be stars in the Oracle Consulship title of the YouTube video or whatever platform you're watching on. It'll be an exclamation point. It's new. And I may just put like alert in front. It just seems like if that's gonna be like, sometimes that'll happen back to back to back. And I don't like exclamatory statements. So we'll see. Yeah, no, I'm being told to put alert before the name every time. Okay, I just got to do what the Spirit's telling me to do. We have the Justice card here. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, King of Cups, Justice card. And Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. Go ahead and smash that like button if anything that is said resonates deeply with you. Comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. It's an honor and a privilege to have you. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure to serve. We will be imposing the guidance from the This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Rotman. And we will be deliberating the findings from Los Carabellos Vera Sibila, Diario Oracolo, and then also if there's like doubles or triples or whatever are set. For the pairings, we'll be using the the Cosmic Coven by Lillian Lazenby, and that's just the minor arcana. And then for the combinations in the corresponding energy, we'll be using the Daily Oracle by Vera Sibila. And then I'm going to grab another candle. Grant me a moment. I'm using tea lights right now just because during different magical supplies are for different things. So if I don't have enough or I haven't made an order, I'll use the substitution. I prefer tea lights for spell work, not for prayer. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, King of Cups. So there is some gate opening. It seems like the gate is to the divine, the eternal kingdom. Now, normally the Ace of Cups would be some type of new beginning, but it would be also the promise of heart's desires. With the king, usually the king really is between 4 and 10. I can say, oh, this king's heart is opening. No, there is the offer of some type of grand external commitment that has to deal with love, communion, union, partnership, connection, or it can be unconditional love, basically of the divine. With the Queen of Pentacles, there may be some type of high worth, high value, deservedness. We don't have another person's energy yet in this position. Believe it or not, the kings and the pages do not always talk about another person. The queens and the knights always do. So, and then at least in my solid teaching. And then we have the Justice card. So that can talk about alignment, especially with all this authenticity, genuineness, sincerity here. It can also talk about doing the right thing for work, as being the authentic, genuine, sincere article, the right thing. The thing about the King of Cups versus the Sword or Pentacles, the King of Pentacles and Swords deal with mastering some type of skill. With the swords, it's a technical skill. typically learn it. It would require some type of degree or accreditation. With the Pentacles, it's a skill as well. Typically, it's practical. So technical skill, King of Swords, practical skill, King of Pentacles. Now, it can also, both of them can include reading, writing, and arithmetic. But the thing about the Pentacles is that they understand systems and pattern recognition more. So it deals about what can happen, and the Swords deals about what should not be happening or responding to things that went wrong. Typically, it's a forceful or militaristic or a tactical energy with the Swords. So it's the same applied to the Cups and the Wands, except with the Wands is more leadership, marshaling resources. With the Cups, it's actually more about marshaling relationships. So unlike the Pentacles and the Swords that rely perfectly on skills, a little bit of money with the Pentacles. With the King of Cups, it's the net worth here doesn't come from the actual cash money dollar bills. The net worth here comes from the network, relationships, claim reputation. And there's also this degree here of being the best one to handle it. It doesn't matter if all the other kings are present, the best one to handle it, unless we're going to war, especially for some type of role, is the King of Cups. Let's see why that's relevant, because I'm sitting here talking about it. Yeah, there's this song, I've been getting so close I can taste it. You left a mark on my memory when you were mine. Cure my desire. Yeah. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Swords. Okay, so something is dissipating, is moving, it's shifting. We're going to keep going here. We have the Hangman. Okay, but hold on. I shouldn't have kept going. Grant me a moment. The Hangman, the Fool, Three of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Pardon, permesso, perdone, mi scusi. Just getting the alignments here. Okay, so Knight of Wands with the Two of Wands talks actually a lot about choosing a road, taking a decision, taking a choice, actually making a choice. And then we have Justice and the Ace of Cups. So it does align. I'm getting some energy here and I'm going faster than I should. So let's pause for a second. So it's saying that over the last 6 weeks, we've been looking at things from a different perspective. Over the next 6 weeks, we will be taking a risk with that perspective because of some kind of harsh truth or difficult expansion. There may be some type of discord here, disharmony, even. Three of Swords. There can be something that's going wrong, going bad. There can be a triangulated choice that we should be making. Something could be in the way of our path. Six of Pentacles, Chariot, Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. So, okay. Queen of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. That's needing fairness or balance. It's also needing support. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. That's desiring work. It can be getting on the grind, getting on that hustle, getting on that flow. Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. So there's been some investment here. And it's yielding with the Nine of Pentacles. Energy, effort that's going into something. It can also be desiring to learn instead of some type of spiritual gift like the King of Pentacles would have, I mean, King of Cups, okay, would have suggested. It's actually some type of practical skill. We're using some type of practical skill. And this is a convergence of some kind. Judgment with the Sun card. That's always conflict resolution. Also some grand manifestation. Something that was been in alignment for, it was like a promise. So like our whole life we've been waiting for this thing that we knew we were going to come into before we like incarnated into the body. And then it happens. Usually it's also because some kind of terms and conditions have been met. It's confirmed by the Three of Swords, which can be cancellation, triangulation, or terms and conditions. Page of Swords. So we might be feeling triangulated or feeling, I'm hearing contrite, I don't know why. There's dissent here, but that's usually comes with the cups. We have a double page, Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, triple page. So we've been prepared to receive some material gift. There's an invitation, a drive, desire, passion, motivation, a call to life, Magician in the Sun card. That can also be, I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. So it can be a life coach. I don't really see profession here. I see gaining skills for profession or result, returning to something that we were kind of promised or agreed to do when we came here. I feel like something needs to fall away before something massive can happen. Yeah. Strawberry fields forever. I'm hearing there's nothing. The lyrics are escaping me. I just want to check, could we have some kind of judgment here about talents, gifts, abilities, and sharing that with the world, some type of medicine to give? And that opens up some type of spiritual alignment. There's also something here which I see, but I mean, I hear, but I'm not seeing. About sharing our authentic self with the world. There's something that about us that might be easily misunderstood. There seems to be like a delayed message that's coming through with this being prepared for a spiritual gift. Yeah, because the devil just came out and there's some kind of energy being projected. This is the Eight of Wands, you can't tell. There's some type of energy being projected at us that's a negative influence or toxicity, maybe a little bit of evil. It can also be that something negative is growing. Like there's a fly in the soup and it's starting to get a lot of bacteria, which of course is, there's always some kind of, it's never 100% perfect, but it's growing at a faster rate than it should kind of deal. Um, there might be a blemish that's becoming overly obvious. Kind of like a pimple that starts going out of control. You can't really tame it. There's some kind of choice that we need to make. The Two of Wands just came back again. We need to kind of pivot in some ways, what I'm getting, but that would be the Two of Pentacles. I don't see it anywhere. It's almost saying like stand in our own energy. Nine of Pentacles is here as well. It's literally saying that like stand in your own energy, do what you were born to do, share your gift, who you really, truly, genuinely, authentically are. Yeah, there's this barrier and obstacle here. Also, this need to, this weariness here about some success that we're sitting in, we might need to tap into. Could this delayed message is some type of awakening or calling out? We almost need the world or the universe or the heavens to kind of approve of something, not just that we're going to do, but who we are. And I think it's already happening. it would just, there may even be some kind of lesson here, or I said lesson, I mean message here. Might have been given orders and we're yet to kind of embark on that journey. Could we have something wrong here? Three of Swords. Something's moving through the spiritual courts, definitely spiritual court with the Judgment card here. And I've got to take a look at that because I'm hearing that delayed obedience is actually disobedience, especially when it comes to the divine. And that would be at the heart of the matter, Denari. It's almost like faith should be blind. That's a hard lesson for people to understand. It isn't truly, it's just the human language that's being used. It could be triggering, you know. There seems to be some sensitivity around this. But it really means whatever we're putting our energy to, if it's coming from earnesty and good faith and hope, wish, prayer, you know, dream, aspiration, heart's desire, soul's ambition, if it's coming from a good place, it's going to do quite well. This edict from the divine or this announcement, revelation, it's about our livelihood, Queen of Pentacles, or our support, our foundation, but also our soul. Something has been delayed, movement, progression. We're getting what we need, but not what we want. We've dealt with a lot of delays along the way. And it's almost like we have everything that we need, but we're stuck in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. There may be some type of blockage that we're dealing with. Can't even be through a person. We might not even know that. Um, Something spiritual in its nature with this Eight of Pentacles here. What else is there though? It could be. I feel like we know who we are, what we're about. Our authentic self is already shining through. It's very clear. It's just that there's something here. We can be waiting on some type of great big moment, though, I feel. And I'll need to ask about that. You know, the Wheel of Fortune, La Fortuna, and the Justice card, La Justicia, that together, that pairing, it's really a combination. It can be the lottery, and it doesn't always mean cash money dollar bills. Although we have the Page of Pentacles up here with the Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and I kept saying the King of Pentacles by accident, or thinking about it, or talking about it. You know, the Page of Pentacles always becomes the King of Pentacles, and that's just the thing. Not all of the other cards are destined to become the king. The Page of Pentacles is. It's a bit of a birthright, especially if the 7, 8, 9, or 10 of Pentacles is present. We have the 9, the 8. It just requires learning, planning, things of that nature. And Seattle can talk about some type of blockage as well. Oftentimes it's a person holding us back. And then this is what it's talking about. We're dealing with the same thing, domestico, and it's some type of adversary that wants to see us in displeasure. That's now. Here's the deal. It's not because there's a deeper blockage, letrato, which was hiding but wasn't there. It didn't come out in our original hand. Pensiero is like that could be a simple misunderstanding or delay. Something or someone can think we're not ready, or they might not understand the moves that we're making, or whatever, what have you. They don't technically know how to support. It might not be that they have opposing interests, because Il Nemico is an adversary. He's not La Nemica, the opponent. The opponent might not want you in the game. They may want to directly oppose. Il Nemico just doesn't want to see you win until they just don't want to see you doing better than you. You know, everybody wants to support into your competition kind of deal. And there's just some intimacy that's needed. Remember, I was hearing that or saying that earlier, that somebody might need us to open up and to be more accessible or approachable or understanding or whatever. Here's the deal though, like if you're not asking for clarity, it's not on us to open up and be vulnerable. It's almost like they're expecting us to spill over ourselves and explain ourselves to everybody. And certain types of energy, specifically feminine energy, shouldn't do that. A feminine energy is like a garden. Instead of spending your time, energy, effort, and attention chasing after hummingbirds and butterflies, it's better to cultivate a garden that attracts hummingbirds and butterflies. It doesn't mean that if some great person comes along, you can't explain, oh, here's this little section, or here's what's going on here, or here's my plans for that. But there should be some impetus already. It shouldn't start out from scratch. Hey, let me explain myself to a complete stranger or some energy, entity, ideology that's in my life, has access to my life, and wasn't really asking or warranting of that otherwise. The masculine energy is more like the gardener, but let me be clear. It's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. So a true, genuine masculine energy or active energy or kingly energy, they're savage. They're an apex predator. You might not never know that. It may never be necessitated that they show that. But they'll always be a knight. They'll always be a page if they don't have the ability to completely upend your world. Power truly comes in what is withheld. A king speaks last and emperor speaks never. Because the power, like I said, comes in what is withheld. If you don't have the ability to completely turn somebody's lifestyle, completely wreck, ruin, upend somebody's world, how powerful are you? Because that's also a maturity thing. Like, money talks, wealth whispers. If you have to go around explaining how classy you are, how wealthy you are, you're not that wealthy. Because you need the acclaim, the prestige. I know we have the Forbes, top list, sometimes 100, sometimes 40, sometimes 400 even. But there's so many more wealthy people that are not on that list than there are, and they have a lot more wealth than the people on that list. It's because they don't need to prove anything. A real king, a real powerful person, a real wealthy person, they're a savage. They're a predator. They're apex predator. What is a predator? A predator has the ability to act savagely, to take advantage or take opportunity. Now, the predator, that's also like when you break down the word, it also means it predates. Doesn't always mean origin. It means that its perspective is higher. If I'm dealing at a level 7 and you're dealing at a level 3, I can understand level 3, but you're not going to understand level 7. What does that mean? It means I could see where you are and understand why you're moving and operating the way that you're operating, but you might not understand how I'm moving and how I'm operating. And the fact that I can take advantage or take opportunity or execute a decision anytime and that it may affect you, that makes me a little bit of a predator. And the fact that I might do that regardless or despite how it's going to affect you makes me apex, makes me a savage. So this is some of the components that I'm called to illuminate, elucidate, enumerate here. I don't know why. I want to look at this page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. What is this? Hope Speranza. So there is something that we're working on. Okay, and it's coming, it's on the way. So there is a message about energies, entities, ideologies around us not knowing what we're doing, what we're planning, how we're moving, and some of them, for whatever reason, may have some kind of issue. I don't actually feel that they're saying it. I just feel like they feel this way, and the energy is hitting us in some kind of way. Three of Swords. It may be that somebody has to Saturn in Libra because it's saying that an opportunity for intimacy is coming, and right now we're longing. What this is telling me so far is that there is a place that we should be in our life a little bit further ahead than we are, and we're not there yet. But we took this time, energy, effort, and attention, learning, growing, gaining skills, getting bigger, brighter, and better in some kind of way, shape, form, or another, mostly from the inside, not the outside. And now this moment is coming for externally it to be shown. We have the magician and the sun. That's a micro manifestation. We have this judgment in the sun. That's going to be a larger manifestation. We have this chariot moving on, moving forward. That's towards our heart's desires by taking a risk and going according to our drive, desires, passions, motivations, heart's ambitions. There's also this Nine of Pentacles, a delayed arrival. There's also this Page of Swords, a late messenger, a delayed message. What are the two of these out? This delay. What are these delays about? Okay, love or a little bit of discretion, privacy. There's some joy that is prickly here. It can be that there's a little bit of a collective energy of opposition or adversity that is accumulating because this eight, especially pentacles or wands, it compounds what's local. So, two people could be gossiping about something at the water cooler instead of three, and it may hit us in some kind of way. And it doesn't always have to be malicious intention. It can just be based off of a false narrative or misunderstanding. It's not always that people have negative intentions. Oftentimes they do. I understand that. But I'm not picking that up here. What I'm picking up is that we've been dealing with some issues, challenges, really. And a lot of times we just retreated into the self and learned about the self and grew within the self. But it keeps coming back around where we can put this energy out there or just be open and accessible. But that's not what to do. But when it comes qualified and perfected or at least cleansed, when the opportunity does come to open up and we're called to open up, we should. I don't actually feel like anything or anyone has asked us to open up. They've just projected their energy onto us, mostly helpful, mostly loving, or mostly from a good place. A lot of times people say, "I'm gonna pray for you," but sometimes the thing you're perceiving that makes you think I need prayer might not be it. You know, I might not have a bag today, but I'm gonna have one tomorrow. You might see my tears today, but I might just be releasing things that I needed to release, and it took these tears to release. You might see me moving houses today and think that I'm toiling and struggling because I have to migrate, but I may be moving on up. You know, you may see my breakdown, but you might not realize that after a breakdown comes a breakthrough. You might see that my heart is broken, but you might not realize that the wound is where the light shines through. So you might see the fact that I have these lemons, but you might not realize that I've been waiting for the perfect moment to make rosewater lemonade. So it's something. That's what it feels like. That's what I'm getting. And it says we're perfectly poised to make the best of this situation. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. See, we needed this moment, and we needed it alone, and we've already been thinking about it. And it's already been alive in us. This is the Ace of Cups, by the way. Oh no, it's the page of. It's the Ace of Pentacles. So there's obsequies here, like burying of the hatchet, or putting something to bed, or letting something go. And it's like, actually, we have a few more things we need to do before we're ready. And actually, we're kind of stuck until something gets put to bed. Something's not going to happen until the inauthenticity leaves. Whatever people think as joy is very superficial and surface level. We're actually a lot more sturdy and stable than that. Most people are very prone to be addicted to their problems, and that's what they notice, before anything else. We can make the best of anything, and we're not as phased by difficulty as others might seem or believe or assume. And that's because we move in secret or we move in ways that's imperceivable to others. We might be a little bit too enigmatic and mystical, not mysterious, mystical. There's also a small energy of some entity, energy, ideology, thinking that, maybe we're suffering or maybe we're desperate or something, but actually there's love here. Really, somebody wants to come back. Really, something wants to come in. Really, something wants to have access. And there's something on the way to the message coming through. They may think that they did something socially. It was a tit for tat kind of thing. I'm not catching malice. but I am catching some kind of strategy or agenda or motive or, you know, operandi here, a tactic, because of what they perceive, not because of what, you know, what was what. Not because, yeah, you see, they did something that got them caught up, and it was around feelings. And what they don't realize is that we're bigger, brighter, and better, or we're growing, or we have the promise of a bigger, brighter, better future, while they're all looking at very dire circumstances. Let's just move this along this one little. Yeah, and the situation's getting pretty desperate because things might not be moving quickly, but our heart isn't impure. And we know that the promise of of precious, something precious is in the future. While they're sitting there, all they got is a knife in their hand and a two-face, a mask and a knife, and more amalato, sickness, stillness. That if love doesn't come into the situation, it's not going to progress for them. When we have things to progress for us, at least we're worthy of things that could eventually bear fruit. We might have a Cancer sun with the sun card and the chariot, but also the King of Cups means midheaven or sun in Cancer here. So Cancer midheaven will be a Libra rising. We have Libra here, but we don't have an Ace of Swords. Also, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Chariot card, we can't be dealing with a Capricorn rising. Mostly a Cancer rising because the Page of Pentacles is here. There may be Venus in Virgo. We could also have, again, Libra rising. We've got two for Libra rising, two for Cancer rising. So we're dealing with a Libra rising and a Cancer rising. um, Now, if there's a lot of Virgo energy, it needs to be double. Venus conjunct the moon in Virgo, Venus or the moon conjunct in the sixth house, something like that. There also can be an Aries rising specifically, or a Venus in Libra. And again, we got another hit for Aries rising. So we're dealing with Aries rising, Cancer rising, and I said another rising sign, I don't remember it. So we have a triple page, a double six, and a double knight. Which is annoying. Grab me a moment. Oh my gosh, this is a lot. I don't know what to do with all this energy. This is from the other side. I'm getting this frantic energy. I hate that so much. Tell me what you want. Stop doing somersaults in your mind. Okay, so this energy is just a mess. Okay, there's something here that they've overlooked, that they're going to need to be clear. And what they're going to try to do is be strategic. And it makes them feel safe. And it also perpetuates this false narrative that they have, that they're reacting to who they think we are or what they think that we did, instead of just being about what they're about. Hey, I see that you got going on. This is what I want from you. Or hey, this is what's alive in me. I don't know where you're at with that. They're acting out of fear, maybe fear of not being enough, maybe fear of being rejected or something. It's one or the other. And fear is a lack of presence, because fear just helps you align the situation. It doesn't, and you shouldn't have to manage another person to do that either. Because what's going on is that this is a person of an opposing mind. The challenge of the situation is that there's a lot here. There's either fortune or family. And the nature of the situation is that there's love, that they need security and calm. But the sacrifice to make is truthfulness and execution of judgment. The evolving situation is some type of an energy exchange, but there's an energy exchange already going on right now, which means, honestly, I feel like they've done magic. Or if they haven't done magic, some energy that was left rampant, unchecked, is going to need to be atoned for or accounted for because it's kind of wreaking havoc. They're stuck in this energy of this ambition that they had. And they're of an opposing mind or they're indecisive. They need clarity and truth so they can navigate a situation better. But they're not being open about where they're at, which is going to delay it. It might be why some of this has been delayed. They're being close, King of Swords, and we have one open heart, King of Cups. Regardless of what they think, they need, and it does say that they need to be open hearted, King of Cups. Okay, well, that was a lot. We got the 3 pages. So there's the meeting of the minds here, some type of convention. If you have one of the 4 priestess cards, which is the star card, justice card, strength card, or empress, which is for Isis, Sekhmet, or Hathor, it would the pages have a little slightly different meaning. So this, instead of it being a bunch of students or children, is actually a convention. There's a bunch of minds meeting. So there's some kind of applause. And also there's a mirage here, abracadabra, ooh la la. There just needs to be some clarity. Somebody needs to sit in the actual fact that they're feeling separated and disconnected because they're resorting to scheming, but it's not from a malicious place. They're trying to avoid a perceived loss. They need to be vulnerable and they're not. Let's go to this double six. What is this double six telling us? So there's a new beginning, creative new beginning, because of gifts and favor and help and support. There is some kind of investment here, Seven of Pentacles, that they may need to tap into, that they're chosen, or they may need to be led into the fact that they're chosen. The Six of Pentacles is letting me know that they might not know that they're favored. They might not know they have our favor or support. They may be thinking that we're not on the same page or that we're at some kind of opposition. They do have an opposing mind, but it may not be that in reality. It may be their perception. These fell out in multiple face down to the ground. That's the other side. And one of them was in reverse, which is a perception. It's a projection or perception. It's not based on reality. And then we have a double knight. What's the double knight? Yeah, see, Nine of Pentacles. They're fighting when they don't need to be. And it's creating an ordeal, a burden for us. Five of Wands with the Two of Wands. See, they're choosing to be petty because of some perceived rejection. Four of Cups, or it could be bored, lukewarm, placid, tepid. No, you see, they feel separated. They feel on the out. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. If anything that is said resonates deeply with, like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. A quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, delusion, confusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the splendid into the divine in unconditional love and universal oneness. Ha'anoponopono, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. We pray that you have your steps ordered, your path illuminated, and that you return having found salvation and redemption in this life. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be whole, may you be at peace, may you receive everything you ever wanted, starting what you deserve. Ha'anoponopono. We love you. We're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. This was a message about us being prepared to have a little fun, us being prepared to receive an invitation to open up some alignment with another energy, entity, ideology. I didn't see an actual person. Because the conclusion here is sundress, do it for you. This is by the Believe in Your Own Magic by Amanda Lovelace Oracle. And since we didn't have a lot of love come out, so this is saying sundress, do it for yourself. And it's predicated upon the grounds of protest, start a revolution. The other side, they have a bone to pick. They feel like they need attention or they've been aggrieved in some way. But there's a lack of confidence, really, because they want some kind of change and they need to make a change, frankly. We unplugged from the situation and that sent them for a loop. I feel like they thought if they moved the way that they moved, we would have reacted, but we responded with just sitting with our own energy. And see, that's an energy that of a person that it feels like a chaser. I'm getting that energy. There was not a lot of love here, but I'm gonna pull this one more because I'm feeling chaser energy. So this was a message about some entity ideology that needs to be vulnerable with us, and we're gonna have the opportunity to come out to play, for instance, because they're receiving a delayed message and a delayed arrival. The balancing here, there's a message. I'm trying to balance the scales of my life and our connection. I took from you more than you were able to give, and I used you for your own benefit. I now understand this was unhealthy and unfair to you. I'm sorry. So, what might not be happening is remorse. They might be feeling it, but not doing it. They're not changing their actions. They, there's some kind of understanding that there were wrongs, but they might want us to do right by them. It should be wants to undo their wrong and do right by us. They have something about that skew. They only have half of that. Understanding what we put in, we get out, karmic justice. So they're not 100% aware of everything going on. They're just seeing that we're slipping away or seeing that once upon a time it was more in alignment and now they might have messed up because now they realize that the universe sent this, but there were signs the whole time, angel numbers. But something's happening where they're going through a tower moment, difficult changes, they're being asked to be better, they're being forced into growth. The chaser didn't come. That's what I was feeling like. I'm getting chaser energy. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. See you in the next one. Take good care. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Sayonara, das vidanya. Avida Zain. Ciao.